We're Inspirexverse, a bunch of students who are helping our peers to gain awareness about the various college and career procedures available to them. And one way of doing this is interviewing people like you who have achieved certain milestones in their life so that the viewers who are watching us can gain some kind of motivation. So, to begin with, could you just give a very brief introduction about yourself?
Yes, sure. So basically, this is Muskaan Khetan speaking, and I'm a graduate from Lady Shri Ram College for Women, and I have also excelled in few other activities. Like I have been a national swimmer during my school days, and also represented my college for swimming competitions for Delhi states and inter-college competitions. And I think that's good enough.
Yeah, that's great. So, starting with your college, LSR, it is, I think, if not the best, then in the top three in India. And admissions to LSR are through just academics till now. And we all know that we require at least 98 or 99 plus marks. Like last year, the
Mhm.
cutoff was around 100% for some courses. Do you think that admission based on marks should be the sole yardstick for admissions such courses at Delhi University?
So, yeah. So honestly, what I would mention here, academics is not the sole yardstick for admission in Delhi University, whether it's LSR or any other college at Delhi University. When we talk about the yardstick, we have quotas. We have extracurricular activities quota, we have sports quota, where people excelling in such fields are given an equal opportunity to those who excel in academics as well. So yeah, I think when we talk about yardsticks, this is not the sole criteria. I mean, everyone is given equal opportunity, but marks are something which has been hyped a lot these days because due to the increasing amount of competition and the number of students who achieve such good marks. So I think population of students who get the percentages are like 90, 95, 99, those have increased. So
Mhm.
because of that, colleges have to like put a stringent numbers when it comes to the cutoffs, whether it's 99 or 99.5, because the number of people who fall in such criteria, the bracket of 99 and 98.5, even they are such high in number that it's very difficult for colleges to accommodate those people, right?
Mhm.
According to the seats they have. So yeah, if we talk about the yardsticks, everyone is given equal opportunity, but the number system is hyped because of the competition and the number of people applying to the same college.
Okay, so basically it is balanced out by the increasing students securing that amount of
Yes,
percentage. Okay.
yes,
So you were involved in swimming and the sports the activities at LSR, right? The NSS,
yes.
as we call it. So do you
NSO.
think NSO? Okay, my bad. So do you think that engaging in such sports activities at LSR on a frequent
Mhm.
basis kind of affected your academic profile at college?
So, so see, everyone is unique, I would say. Okay, and everyone is identified with the personality they have or with the achievements they have achieved, irrespective whether it's academics or it's sports or it's any extracurricular activities. From my personal experience at LSR, I don't think I have faced any such instance where I was looked down upon because of my academic profile. I mean, I had a decent academic profile, so that wouldn't have been the case either. But even when looking at other people at LSR who came from other quotas, I don't think anyone was looked upon at that way, and their academics profile was ever affected. I mean, they were known for their achievements and uniqueness they had in.
I
So
think
that is more important, I think.
yeah, I think that's great because that's very much required right now. So,
Yeah.
you pursued BCom honors, am I correct?
Yes.
So, according to you, who do you think should pursue BCom honors? Like, what are the skills or certain things that are required in a person while they're studying in 11th and 12th to recognize themselves as the people who can pursue a course like BCom or even the honors course at the university level?
Okay. So I think anyone who is studying commerce in class 11, 12 for sure can go for BCom honors as their stream. And like I have seen even science students coming to BCom honors. I have seen humanities students coming for BCom honors. Only thing which you require for opting BCom honors in LSR or Delhi University is that you need maths as your compulsory subject. So basically, whenever you apply in Delhi University colleges, top four subjects, including English, is taken as the best 4%, right? So yeah, maths is one of the criteria that you will be requiring for BCom honors. And I will say anyone who sees themselves as a, who wants to specialize in a course of business and wants to know about business, and who wants to who see themselves in a corporate or an entrepreneurial venture, anyone of that sort like can opt for a course like BCom honors. There's nothing I would say. Yeah, the standard is like when people study commerce with maths and then they go for BCom honors. But yeah, it's open to all, I think. But yeah, at the same time, when you so if you're a science student and you're applying for BCom honors in Delhi University, then there are few things which are considered. Like if your marks is 92, so and you're changing a stream, so there is some deduction of percentage by 2 or 3%, and then it's considered. So there you might have some kind of disadvantage while applying, but at the same time, it's good to go. Like you can offer a BCom honors.
Okay, okay, understood. So, even I'm a commerce student, and I
Hmm.
know that accounts is tough. It's not easy to understand accounts. I mean, it requires a great amount of effort to solve questions completely, and especially, tallying the balance sheet. So, at the university level, for BCom
Yeah.
honors, is accountancy actually very tough? Is it entirely different from what is there in 11th and 12th?
So I think accounts. Okay, so you found accounts tough. Okay, got it. It's a little technical, no doubt. I mean, you need a lot of practice when you come to when you study accounts, because after class 10th, 11th is something where you choose a subject in accounts, but must be entirely new for you. It's not like English, Hindi, maths, which you have studied until class 10th, right? So it can be technical, but at the same time, when we look at the perspective from interest, then and you have that want to study accounts, and you see yourself uh, doing commerce related things, and if you not study accounts in terms of numbers, but actually understanding the logics behind it, the concept behind it, and thinking it from a business perspective, it's very interesting. I mean, things become a lot easier when you see it in terms of interest rather than studying it for your syllabus and class 12 marks. So yeah, I think and talking about the university level, so if in class 11th and 12th you're fine with accounts, you liked it, and you could pass through it easily, then university has no different types of accounts. Only one or two branches might increase to your accounts. Like right now you have partnership and financial. But after going to university, you just have one or two more branches to it, added to it. It's very easy.
Okay.
um, so yeah, I think I think toughness comes from how you study and how you see the subject as. If it's your interest, it goes away. But if you see it as like in terms of marks, and if you take it as a burden, then things can get tough. Like I'll give you a personal example of mine. Like I am not a person who really likes maths. So whenever I studied maths, my only focus was like I just need to pass this exam with decent score.
Mhm.
So that time it really became tough for me. So it's just how you see it.
Agreed. Okay. So, after BCom honors, studying business studies, accounts, and I think economics also, what is the best course to pursue? Like, is becoming a CA or applying for MBA is the best option?
Yeah, it's again the two way. Like it really depends on interest. CA is a professional course. Similar, there's a CFA, which is again a specialized, a professional course, and MBA is where a lot of more options are open to you. Even after CA, a lot of options. Like I mean, the world has become very liberal right now. People from humanities are switching to just anywhere, and people from science, yeah, switching to a subject like science or engineering and medical, it can be tough because that needs another basic concept. But I would say uh, if you like switch, I mean, if you want to like actually study BCom honors, and if you study commerce, uh, it depends how you see yourself. So you can actually study CA as well. You can go for MBA as well. There's no best option. It really depends on your interest, like where you see yourself. If it's a corporate or an entrepreneurial or a startup venture, then you can go for MBA. It gives you a lot of diversity and a lot of aspects. But again, if it's specialization, then you can go for courses like CFA, CA. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. So, BCom honors and BCom are two different courses, right? They are just, I
Sorry,
mean, they are,
BCom and BCom honors.
yes, they are two different streams people can choose. So, is
Yeah.
BCom honors much challenging than BCom? In what ways is it
Okay.
more difficult?
Yeah. So honestly, it's a like both of them are 3 years course. Um, as I mentioned, like for BCom honors, you need maths, but for
Mhm.
BCom, you don't need maths, right? So that's one major difference when it comes to admission perspective. But when you see the study perspective, I think I'm just talking about Delhi University here, right? So what I have seen, like when I saw books of my BCom friends, so what I was studying, the same book which I was studying in my second year, they were studying in their third year. The same book which I was studying in my second year, they were studying in sorry, first year, they were studying in my their second year. So books changed. The like suppose I had 12 chapters to study, so they had 10 chapters to study, right? In the same book. So I think the deepness of the subject changes, and some subjects might not be there completely. So one or two subjects might change there, but I think if we see overall, it's in terms of study, BCom one is a little lighter and an easier subject than BCom program is a little bit easier than BCom honors, I would say, like with less
Okay.
burden.
So, BCom
But the
honors,
bases are same.
mhm. So it's more vast, basically.
Yeah, yeah. BCom honors is more vast and tough.
Okay. So, what would be your advice to students in 12th grade or even 11th grade who aspire to go to colleges like LSR or even SRCC for pursuing different courses like BCom or BA or anything at large?
See, when you are in class 11, especially when you're in class 12th, right? So I think when it comes to the preparation for your board exams, as I'm like, of course, if you don't have any other thing except in academics to focus on, uh, then academics is the only way to get into such colleges, right? So I think you need to like strategize your preparation in a very systematic way. I think you should split it in two parts. Like there are two types of things which you should really focus on. One is the preparation of the syllabus, and one is the preparation of your presentation, right? So I'll give you an example. Like so now you have completed your entire syllabus, everything is done, the entire book is inside your head, right? Uh, you have studied, you have completed your course, every concept is clear, everything is clear. Now, the second part, which comes and plays a very major important role, is your presentation on paper. So, that is something you really need to practice, because your presentation is something that gains marks, because you need to see who your end receiver is, like who will be checking your paper. So on that, a lot of efforts needs to be put in, and the like how you can put in is you can visit the CBSE website, you can see past 10-year sample papers, you can try solving them. There are also some answer sheets of toppers, like last 5-year toppers whose answer sheets are there on the website. You can just go through those question papers, you can see how they have presented their answers, like whether it's an introduction, body, conclusion, and how the presentation of answer has taken place there, and you can practice in a similar way that how you should present it. So if everything is strategized, and if you're taking care of both these things, preparation and presentation, I think it's good enough. I mean, you don't need it to do anything extra.
Hmm.
This will be good enough for your preparation.
Okay, got it. I needed this very much.
Yeah.
For a person who joins LSR as a fresher, so considering, let's assume that she scored 98% or 99% in their board examination, and that is why they secured admission. So after entering into the college, should they focus on only academic? Because, well, if they're going for an honors course, then it has to be very challenging and tough. or should they also diversify their interests? Like there are societies and everything, but again, academics also play a major part. So, I mean, how should they navigate themselves?
So, see, for me, like I'll take my personal experience and I'll actually tell you what you should actually do as well. So, you need to see what your, after 3 years, what is your goal?
Mm.
If your goal is to get into MBA and get into top 10 universities, whether you want to go abroad or whether you see yourself seeking placements, then I think you need to have a perfect balance of both, because uh, you, because everything is taken into consideration. Not a 10 GPA student with no extracurricular activities will seek admission or seek placements. Not a person who is a 6 GPA person or a 5 GPA person with full of extracurricular activities will seek admission or placement. So I think you need to have a decent score, that is must. But at the same time, college is a place. So as a fresher, when you're opening, like you're entering the college, it's like an open campus. You have a lot of opportunities to explore, a lot of societies which you have never taken care of, never seen how things happen, right? And especially LSR has like around 30, 40 societies where you can explore yourself, where you can apply, you can get into it. And I think you should not leave any like opportunities, or you should not miss any opportunities at LSR when it comes to exploring yourself, because academics is something we have been doing since a very long time and it will go on forever and it will play an integral part. That is something we know. But at the same time, I think this is the time where you can give more focus towards activities, societies, uh, building your personality, character development, speaking skills, grooming. The major grooming will take place through such activities, right? So I'll tell you a culture about LSR, not LSR, in fact, the entire Delhi University, how it works. So
Mm.
there's a 6 month semester. So you can focus your first 4 months in all these activities, exploring yourself and everywhere you want to go. You want to explore the city if you're coming for the first time, everything. But when it comes to the last 2 months, like just before your exams, so even if you study for last 1.5 month, 2 months, or 1 month, depending on your capabilities, and give your full focus at those last 1 month, entirely to your subjects, you will be able to score a very decent marks for your placements and for your admissions outside. So that is how you can strategize. So it depends, like if a person wants to study 1 hour daily into academics, then even that's one way. Or what I followed was, I for first 3-4 months I always devoted to everything else, all extracurricular activities, and I was also a sports person there, so I had my practices in the morning for 2-3 hours. So my academics was not my focus in the first few months of the semester, but in the last 1 or 2 months, my entire focus was only academics. And yeah, so this is how I balanced it, but there are different ways of balancing. But yeah, at the end, I think there should be a perfect balance between both, seeking, depending on your career goals after 3 years of college.
Right. Okay. So, mentioning about you, so what makes LSR as a college stand out from other prestigious colleges in Delhi University like SRCC, Hindu, Stephens, or Miranda House? I mean, what are its unique features that would attract the student body?
Got it. So, very honestly, I think LSR is a girls' college, whereas all the other colleges which you named are co-ed, right?
Yeah.
Except from Miranda. I think Miranda is also a girls' college. So
Mm.
that is one different thing. But when we talk about, why LSR stand out, I think the environment in LSR is very good. I mean,
Okay.
uh, everyone is given equal opportunities there, and every the living environment, you'll just feel it if you come to LSR. It's very different from other campuses, and I think it's the one disadvantage, it can be that it's secluded, like towards the south campus. So you don't have that college happening life which you get in north campus. That can be one disadvantage at LSR point. But when you talk about the societies, and they are all 40-35 societies at LSR are active. And whether I don't really think that in other colleges all societies are very active
Mm.
throughout the year as LSR. The environment at LSR is more dynamic. You get to speak out what you want, and you can always put your opinions forward irrespective of whatever others think of. I think that is something few can see. And but overall, apart from this living experience, I would say all colleges, when we talk about the normal life, I think all 7, 8 colleges, or all Delhi University colleges are at similar level.
Okay, got it. So, you secured an internship at Colgate Palmolive, right?
Yes.
So, how do you think these internships during college will help in the final year for placements or even for maybe admissions abroad?
Okay. So from my personal experience, again, I'll say, I think internships are very important. It is important for your portfolio on papers when you put it on your CV. Uh, and it is also important for you to get a very good corporate exposure before you are actually taking a decision whether you actually want to see whether you see yourself in a corporate world in your future or not. So I'll give you an example. Like, if before going for placements, I think it's very important to get an internship. So yeah, one reason is your CV, because when colleges will be coming to your campus, they will be seeing your CV and they would look at your experience in the corporate field and judge you upon that. That will be one of the major criteria. And the second thing is, I think when you go and give your interview, it is very important that you know how your interview might look like and might be, right? So when I worked at Colgate, I knew that these people are corporate people whom I'm working with, and someone who will be interviewing after 6 months and 7 months in my third year will be similar to these people. And I know that these people will be interviewing me and I'm working with them. So that actually boosts your confidence. Okay, so I
Okay.
think both ways, like from experience point of view, you become smart, you see a new corporate culture. So that is very important. And even from a curriculum wide perspective, it's very important. Whether you go for an MBA, or I'm not sure if MBA really would consider and give a lot of weightage to internships, but placement does 100%. Like, they will see your experience and they will want more than one internship if possible. But I think one, like, even if you're securing one good internship with a reputed company, it should be fine.
Okay. So, lastly, coming to the end, what will be your final advice for all the high school students or youngsters at large watching this video right now?
Okay. So, what I would say is, like, you should have really, like, good goals. I mean, set your targets really high, and work really hard to achieve them, so that you don't regret later that had you put 5 or 10% more efforts, you could have actually secured something which you couldn't do it right now. So, and give your best. But at the same time, I would say, like, just try to be better version of yourself every day. I mean, you don't have to compare yourself with anyone. Like, you don't want to, like, if you couldn't secure anything, it's fine. I mean, you just need to accept it at the end of the day. And I mean, not all, I would say, not all entrepreneurs or all big people came from the premier colleges.
Hmm.
Even wherever you study, wherever you go, if you have that potential and if you work hard on yourself and if you keep improving yourself every day, you will be able to achieve your targets at the end of the day. I mean, after 10 years, no one will see where you studied from. Yeah, at this start point, it might give you an edge for 1 year, 2 years, but after 2, 3 years, you're into corporate or any other field. After 5 years down the line, no one will see like where did you study from. People will see who you are, right?
Hmm.
So yeah, so in long term, honestly, these colleges and everything might not matter. At the start, it might, because you're going through that phase. But yeah, so the major focus for all of you should be a better version of yourself and stop comparing yourselves with anyone and just be calm.
Okay, so thank you so much for that advice and congratulations on whatever you have achieved till now. And I'm sure, as far as I know you, that you're a great, great human being. So thank you for coming and agreeing to help out other people and inspiring them. And yes, do you have any questions for us?
No, I would just like to thank you, Rajasvi, for giving me this opportunity to share my views with people who will be watching this video and getting some tips from me. And I'm really happy to be with you anytime in future if you really want any help, any kind of uh, guidance, for sure.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Yeah.